Hey, I'm here to talk about a secret sauce to innovation, but that seems oddly presumptuous, so instead I'm going to call it Or That Time I Thought I Learned Something and Then Decided to Spend 5 minutes Telling It to You by Adrian Senn. That's me. So why am I here? Well, there's this group called Nesta in the UK. They're an innovation foundation. They had a conference a couple months ago. I went, and they were talking about 20 tools for innovating in government. So I thought I'd come here and talk to you about analytics or collective intelligence, but then I realized that I'm kind of stupid. And I mean, we're all inherently stupid. It's not that we don't know that much, it's just that there's so much we don't know. And that's a problem. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. It's when we think we know more than we do. So if that dot is my capacity for knowledge, this is everything else I don't know. So how do I mitigate that? Well, let's say that's me, and I'm working in my comfort zone of skills and abilities. But beyond that, there's a zone of proximal development, like a stretch zone, and beyond that, I'm just freaking out. I'm anxious. But put me with another person, and then you can see that their comfort zone overlaps with my stretch zone. And that overlap, that intersection, well, that's where learning happens. So I was sitting in a pub in London, and I was talking about how learning is innovation. I was trying to say that innovation is about getting people to think differently. And then someone said, well, everybody already thinks differently, just from one another. And then I realized they probably should have been at the conference. We like to think of ourselves as logical, stoic beings, just ready to bang out that next briefing note or deck. But what if we're not? What if we are complex, emotional creatures and need to be managed accordingly? If we're looking at a multidisciplinary team to learn from one another, I think we need two things. First, I think we need self-reflection. Second, I think we need feedback. So how do we get those two things? I would like to propose a model. It's a 3-step model to innovation, recognizing that we might be emotional basket cases. First, step up. Second, step back. Third, step up. So number 1, step out. And I apologize, I might need your help with this. On the count of 3, I want you to yell out where you work, okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, that was a gong show. Okay, I'm pretty sure that I heard a specific department. And that's cool. You could have gone more low-key, but do you work for a department or do you work for the government of Canada? And that mindset of how you identify yourself changes who your team is, and by extension, who you're willing to collaborate with. We choose the scale of our perceived teams. Who is us, who is them, and who we're willing to learn from. Number 2, step back. If we have this model where we're supposed to learn from one another, then we need to get feedback, but we need to be able to take feedback. That's Cedric and that's Mike. We used to be on a team together, and we went for coffee once, sat down, and then told each other why each other sucks. It was the best meeting of my life. Now, why? Because feedback needs psychological safety. It was coming from a place of love. We wanted to improve one another. Have you ever gotten feedback and just got your back up, just became really defensive? Emotions are a valuable information system to identify met and unmet needs. So figure out why you're angry. Figure out why you're defensive, but you need to step back. Number 3, step up. This is arguably the easiest and hardest one. This is courage. As public servants, we are taught to speak truth to power. This is doing the same, but for your colleagues. Speak your truth, help them grow, give feedback. Innovation ends up being more about relationships, not only with others, but with ourselves. So, okay, my secret sauce. Number 1, one part learning, loads of vulnerability, a pinch of patience, all of the courage, and a dash of decency, because that always helps. What's in your sauce? Okay, so do you agree? Do you disagree? As you can tell, I'm kind of open to feedback, so reach out and let me know what you think. Thank you for sticking till the end of the evening. This is awesome, so I really appreciate your time. Have a good night, guys.